You know, life doesn't wait for anyone. Every second you waste doubting yourself, someone else is out there chasing their dreams with fire in their heart. The truth is, time is the only thing we can never get back. Not money, not opportunities, not even love. Once it's gone forever. So ask yourself right now, are you using your hours to build your dreams? Or are you letting them slip away one scroll, one excuse, one distraction at a time? Today, I'm here to remind you, you have the power to make every hour count. You know, so many of us talk about time as if it's something we own, but the truth is, time owns us. Every minute that passes is a piece of our life, quietly fading into the past. And once it's gone, it never comes back. We say, I'll do it tomorrow, or I'll start next week, as if we've signed a contract with life guaranteeing us another day. But life doesn't promise that. Time doesn't pause for anyone, not for your pain, not for your fear, not even for your dreams. It just keeps moving. So the real question is, are you moving with it, or are you letting it pass you by? I've realized that time is the most honest teacher we'll ever have. It shows us what truly matters, not through what we say, but through how we spend it. If you really want to know a person's priorities, don't listen to their words. Look at where their time goes. Some of us say we want to change to build something meaningful, to live with purpose, but our time tells a different story. We spend hours overthinking, scrolling, complaining, or waiting for the right moment. The truth is, the right moment never arrives. You have to create it. When you start seeing time as your life's currency, everything changes. You stop spending it carelessly. You stop giving it to things and people that drain your energy. You begin to protect your hours like you protect your dreams, because both are connected. Every minute you invest in something that brings you closer to who you want to become is a seed planted in the garden of your future. But every minute wasted on fear, comparison, or doubt, that's a seed that will never grow. There was a time when I used to think success was about how much I could achieve, how many goals I could cross off my list. But over time, I learned something deeper. It's not about how much you can do, it's about how meaningfully you can live. And that begins when you honor your time. When you stop living on autopilot and start being present in every hour, in every choice, in every heartbeat. You see, life is made up of moments, not milestones. It's built in the hours you spend learning, growing, loving, creating, and giving. It's shaped by how you show up every single day, not someday. Time is not just ticking on a clock. It's ticking in your soul, reminding you that this moment right here is your chance to begin again. So take a deep breath and ask yourself, am I spending my time in a way that reflects the person I want to be? Am I living with purpose or just existing with excuses? Because in the end, time will ask you only one question. What did you do with me? And your answer will define the story of your life. Distractions have become such a natural part of our lives that most of the time we don't even realize how much they're stealing from us. They don't always come dressed as noise or chaos. Sometimes they come quietly, disguised as comfort. The endless scrolling, the constant checking of notifications, the habit of comparing our lives to others, it all feels harmless. But slowly, these small moments add up. 1 minute becomes 10, 10 become an hour. And before we know it, another day has passed without progress. Distractions don't always destroy your dreams with a loud crash. They do it silently, one wasted moment at a time. It's easy to say we're busy. Everyone is busy. But being busy doesn't mean being productive. We fill our days with noise to avoid facing what really needs our focus. We chase validation instead of growth, entertainment instead of purpose. And the saddest part is we convince ourselves that we'll get serious later. After one more video, one more chat, one more day. But later often turns into never, and all that's left is regret. The truth is, distractions are not just stealing your time. They're stealing your peace, your focus, and your potential. Every time you give your attention to something meaningless, you take it away from something meaningful. Focus is a form of respect. Respect for your dreams, your goals, and the person you're becoming. You can't expect extraordinary results while giving your energy to ordinary habits. Your dreams require your full attention. They need you to be present, not half-hearted. You must learn to protect your focus like it's your most precious possession, because it is. That means learning to say no. No to negativity, no to constant noise, no to things that do not serve your growth. Saying no isn't selfish, it's powerful. It's an act of love towards yourself and your purpose. When you start guarding your focus, you'll notice a shift. You'll begin to see how much clarity, creativity, and peace come from simply being intentional with your time. Of course, it's not easy. We live in a world that's designed to distract us, but discipline is what separates those who dream from those who do. Discipline means choosing to be uncomfortable for a little while so you can live with pride for a lifetime. It's not about cutting off everything, it's about creating space for what matters most. Think about it. How many opportunities have slipped away because you were too distracted to notice them? How many moments of peace have you traded for the temporary pleasure of mindless scrolling? Every time you choose focus over distraction, you reclaim a piece of your power. You remind yourself that you're in control of your life, not your phone, not your fears, not the noise around you. So if you truly want to make every hour count, start by guarding your attention. Because where your attention goes, your energy flows. And where your energy flows, your life grows. Every single hour you live carries a quiet power within it, a choice. Each hour gives you two directions. You can use it to grow, or you can let it slip away in hesitation. The difference between people who succeed and those who stay stuck is not talent, not luck, not even opportunity. It's how they use their time. Success is built in ordinary hours used with extraordinary intention. You see, every sunrise gives us 24 brand new chances to begin again, to write a different story, to do something meaningful. But too often we treat those hours like they're infinite, as if we'll always have another chance. The truth is, we are all given the same number of hours in a day. What makes the difference is how we choose to fill them. Some people fill them with excuses, others fill them with effort. Some wait for inspiration. Others build discipline. Those who make the most of every hour don't necessarily have more resources. They just have more resolve. They understand that every hour invested with focus compounds into something bigger. Progress doesn't happen in giant leaps. It happens in small, consistent steps, taken hour after hour, day after day. When you begin to treat time as a tool instead of a trap, your life starts to shift. You start realizing that you are in control of your hours, not the other way around. You start creating instead of consuming. You begin to move with purpose instead of drifting through the day. Each moment becomes an opportunity to learn, to create, to grow. Even the smallest action, a page read, a call made, a note written, can set something in motion that changes your future. But too often we wait. We wait for the right time, the right mood, the right opportunity. We tell ourselves, I'll start when I'm ready. But let me tell you something. No one ever feels completely ready. The right time doesn't come. It's created by movement. You become ready by starting. Every time you take action, even imperfect action, you gain clarity, strength, and momentum. The hours you use with intention will always lead you somewhere meaningful. The ones you waste will always lead you back to regret. Every hour is a mirror reflecting your priorities. If your goals matter, your time will show it. If your dreams matter, your habits will prove it. You can't expect transformation while living in distraction. You can't wish for growth while wasting your hours, because time doesn't care about your intentions, it only rewards your actions. So start treating every hour like it's a brick in the foundation of your life. Build with care, build with purpose, build with love. Because one day when you look back, it won't be the days you remember most. It'll be the hours you decided to make count. We spend so much of our lives waiting for the right moment, the right time, the right feeling. We tell ourselves, I'll start when I feel ready, or I'll take that step when everything falls into place. But let me ask you something. What if that perfect moment never comes? What if life is not about waiting for the stars to align, but about shining even when the sky feels dark? The truth is, the right time doesn't exist. It's an illusion we create to delay our dreams out of fear. The longer we wait, the further we drift from the life we're meant to live. Waiting feels safe because it keeps us in our comfort zone. It gives us a reason to avoid discomfort, failure, or judgment. But nothing extraordinary ever happens in comfort. Every beautiful thing that has ever been created came from someone who decided to start before they felt ready. People who change their lives don't wait, they work. They take small, consistent actions, even when no one is watching, even when the results aren't immediate. Because deep down, they know progress doesn't come from waiting, it comes from moving. You can spend your whole life preparing, planning, and perfecting, but none of it means anything if you don't begin. Action is the bridge between dreams and reality. Even a small step forward can create momentum that transforms your life. When you take that first step, something magical happens. The universe meets you halfway. Opportunities appear, ideas unfold, strength builds. You start realizing that you didn't need everything figured out before you began. You just needed to trust yourself enough to begin. And yes, there will be moments when the work feels slow, when it feels like your effort isn't making a difference. But remember, even when progress is invisible, it's still happening. Seeds take time to grow beneath the soil before they bloom. Your journey is no different. Every hour spent learning, trying, failing, and trying again is preparing you for the breakthrough you can't yet see. The most powerful thing you can do for yourself is to stay consistent, even when the motivation fades. Motivation is a spark, but discipline is the fire that keeps you going. Life rewards those who move, not those who wait. Waiting keeps your dreams on hold. Working brings them to life. Stop waiting for confidence. Build it through action. Stop waiting for clarity. It will come when you start walking the path. Every step you take, no matter how small, is a declaration that you're not waiting anymore, you're becoming. So don't wait for the right time to begin. Make this moment the right time, because the truth is, life doesn't reward those who wait, it rewards those who work. Excuses are the most convincing lies we tell ourselves. They sound reasonable, they sound protective, but in reality, they only keep us trapped where we are. Every time we say, I can't, I'm not ready, or I'll do it later, we build another wall between who we are and who we could become. And the truth is, those walls are never built by circumstances. They're built by fear. We fear failure, we fear judgment, we fear stepping into something bigger than our comfort zone. But what we forget is that no great story ever began with an excuse. It began with a decision to try, no matter how uncertain the outcome was. Excuses might feel comforting for a moment, but they cost us progress. They rob us of opportunities that will never come back the same way again. Think about it. How many times have you talked yourself out of something you truly wanted? How many dreams have been delayed because you convinced yourself it wasn't the right time? We all do it, but the moment we replace excuses with execution, everything changes. Action breaks fear. Action builds clarity. Action teaches what overthinking never can. People often say, but what if I fail? And I always ask, what if you don't? What if that one step forward changes everything? The fear of failure has stopped more people than failure ever has. Failing doesn't make you weak, staying still does. Every failure carries a lesson that no book or advice can teach you. But you'll never learn it until you try. Execution is messy, imperfect, and uncomfortable, but it's the only thing that creates transformation. You don't need a perfect plan to start. You just need the courage to begin with what you have. Too many people spend their lives waiting for confidence before they act, but confidence doesn't come before action. It grows from it. The more you act, the more capable you become. The more capable you become, the less room. Excuses have to control you. Every small effort, every imperfect attempt is proof that you're moving, that you're growing, that you're refusing to settle. The world doesn't reward intention. It rewards execution. You can have the most beautiful dream, but if you never take that first step, it remains just that, a dream. You don't have to do everything today, but you have to do something. Send that message, start that project, make that call, take that risk. Because even if you move slowly, you're still moving forward. When you start replacing excuses with execution, you'll notice a shift, not only in your results, but in your mindset. You'll begin to see yourself as capable, not limited, strong, not stuck. You'll realize that the power to change your life was never missing. It was always in your hands, waiting for you to act. So stop feeding your fears with excuses and start feeding your dreams with action. At the end of the day, when all the noise fades and the world grows quiet, you'll be left alone with your thoughts. And in that stillness, time will whisper a question that every soul must answer. Did you live fully, or did you simply exist? That's when you'll realize that the hours you once wasted, the dreams you once postponed, the chances you didn't take are gone forever. We spend so much of our lives chasing what doesn't last. Status, validation, perfection, forgetting that one day, none of it will matter. What will matter is what you created, who you became, and how you made others feel along the way. The truth is, we're all writing our story, 1 hour at a time. Every decision, every action, every moment of courage becomes a line in that story. And someday that story will be your legacy. It's not about how many years you lived, it's about how much life you poured into those years. So ask yourself, are you building a legacy of strength, purpose, and kindness? Or are you collecting regrets of what could have been? Legacy isn't about fame or followers, it's about impact. It's the invisible imprint you leave on hearts, the inspiration that outlives you, the moments that remind others that life is still beautiful, even in its struggles. You don't have to do something grand to leave a mark. Sometimes showing up with kindness, choosing forgiveness over anger, persistence over excuses, love over fear, that's enough to change the world around you. You never know whose life you might touch by simply choosing to live with intention. But here's the thing, regret doesn't come from failing, it comes from not trying. We don't regret the risks we took, even when they didn't work out. We regret the moments we held back, the chances we didn't take, the dreams we silenced because of doubt. Life is far too short to keep waiting for the right time. The right time is this moment, this breath, this heartbeat. Because no one knows how many hours they have left, and that's exactly why every single one of them matters. Don't let fear, procrastination, or the opinions of others decide how your story ends. Live in a way that when you look back, you can smile and say, I gave my all. Be brave enough to live loudly, to love deeply, to forgive quickly, and to keep moving no matter how heavy life feels. Each hour you honor with purpose becomes a piece of the legacy you're creating. And when your journey comes full circle, may you not count the years you've lived, but the lives you've touched, the courage you've shown, and the hours you chose to make count. Because that right there is what it truly means to live without regret,